Hello, everyone, and welcome to this year's Innovation Challenge reception. I'm Cecile, and I am the coordinator of the Maji Center here at NAIT. At NAIT, we honor and acknowledge that the land on which we learn, work, and live is Treaty 6 territory. This place is a traditional homeland for the First Nations and Métis peoples, and today we are all part of this treaty land. The traditional name for this place is the Misquachi-Waskigan, which we also call the city of Edmonton. There is a long history that has brought us to be on this land. At NAIT, we seek to learn from this history and the lessons that have come before us, and to draw on the wisdom of Canada's First Peoples, who have lived on this land from time immemorial. Through this land acknowledgement, we have an opportunity and responsibility to reflect on the impacts of colonialism historically and currently. Only through learning can we move forward in truth and reconciliation to a better future together. I'd like to welcome you all to this year's Innovation Challenge reception. And we're going to start by previewing last year's winning video. I'm just wondering where my host is. And I may have to do this myself. That was so great. I remember how wonderful it was to have the Edmonton Oilers involved in last year's challenge. I'd like now to introduce you to our MC for tonight, or this afternoon, Jonah Tetz. Jonah is a fourth-year J.R. Shaw School of Business student who's just graduating. He's been involved with the Maji Center, I believe, since day one, and has also been heavily involved with Enactus. We're so happy to have Jonah as our MC tonight, and I'm going to pass it over to you, Jonah.
Awesome. Thanks, Cecile. And thank you to the Maji Center for Student Entrepreneurship and Innovation for putting on events like this. I participated in some of these events in previous years, and they are really amazing. Opportunities like the Innovation Challenge make a considerable difference for us students. And I'm incredibly pleased to be able to be recognizing the achievements of today's competition participants. I know that being encouraged to apply our skills and creative thinking in being able to solve real-world issues is really an amazing opportunity, and we appreciate you being able to do that for us. And it's also an important skill for everyone in the workforce being able to apply those and demonstrate those for future employers. I want to say a huge thank you to Raptor Mining for being the primary sponsor of this event, not only this year, but in years previous, making this possible, as well as Edmonton Global for the kind of rolling out their sleeves and getting involved in making this event possible tonight. We're incredibly fortunate to be supported through this challenge, and it's our absolute honor to introduce these esteemed guests and judges of tonight's competition. Without them, this really wouldn't be possible. So firstly, I'd like to thank NAIT's Vice President of External Relations, Melanie Rogers, as well as the Dean of the J.R. Shaw School of Business, Dennis Shepard. And now I'm going to kind of begin going through the judges that we have for tonight. I'm going to give us kind of a quick bio so we can kind of understand a little bit about each and every one of them. So I'm going to start out with Howard Suisa. It looks like Sousa the first time that I read it, but he is the entrepreneurship in residence at the Maji Center and the principal designer at Suisa Design, his own design firm. Howard also teaches here part-time at NAIT. So for any students who aren't in the entrepreneurship and innovation program, I definitely recommend checking out the design thinking course he puts on. It's kind of like an extension to what you did today. Our second judge is Paul Weber. He is the Chief Operating Officer at Raptor Mining. He joined the company in 2007 and has seen it grow from a 6-person company all the way up to a 200-person company with facilities in both North and South America. Next, we have Chris Izquierdo. He is the CEO of De Facto and Sparrow Modern Workplace. Sparrow is a mobile app allowing people to connect to information and collaborate wherever they want, wherever they are, and whatever device that they choose. Chris is also an amazing photographer. Next, we have Chris Molzon, another Chris. He is the engineering director with Revolution Consulting and is considered a product development specialist, helping companies turn ideas into reality. Chris also works as an entrepreneurship and innovation coach alongside some of the academic institutions in the Edmonton region. Chris has a passion for innovation, invention, and creativity, and looks to play a large role in helping shape Alberta's innovation ecosystem. Drew Woolsey is the chair of the entrepreneurship program at the J.R. Shaw School of Business at NAIT. Drew is a valuable member of the NAIT community and has been for over 10 years. Students rate him as awesome. They also say that he's relatable, funny, and just wants to see his students succeed. We have Ashif Malji, after the namesake of the Maji Center, who is a proud NAIT alumnus. He is a serial entrepreneur, philanthropist, and community builder who strives for efficiency in everything he's involved in. Ashif has built his business empire on generosity and kindness. He bases his decisions on values and continually asks himself, just because I can do this, should I? We have Brianna Morris, who is the manager of policy and global competitiveness at Edmonton Global here. She earned her Master of Arts at the University of Calgary and joined the team at Edmonton Global last May. And last but certainly not least, our final judge is Almas Danish, who's a research analyst at Edmonton Global. Almas is an experienced information technology educator, as well as a data and business intelligence analyst. Almas earned her data sciences certificate right here at NAIT, and she holds a Master's of Science from Sir Syed University of Engineering and Technology. So please welcome, help me in welcoming these judges. I don't know if there's a little applause sign on there, but here's me clapping. I would also like to welcome our team members. So welcome to Ken King, Hubert Lau, Dale Schaub, Monica Taylor, Nevin de Milano, Thacia and Marcelo Borges, Chris Newman, Gabriela Tuma, and Sureba Agrawal. So now, without further ado, I'd like to invite Ashif Malji to speak briefly on behalf of the judges and share your thoughts. Off to you, Ashif.
Well, thank you, Jonah, and thank you for hosting for us today. Thank you for being the MC. A lot of thank yous. Thank you to Raptor Mining for sponsoring, obviously. Thank you to Edmonton Global. Thank you to the team at the NAIT Technology Center for doing everything you do in making this center just amazing and so helpful to all. And finally, thank you to all the students. You were amazing. And actually, I got one more thank you, which is in this category is the most important. It's all the judges that spent all that time looking at the videos. And I know it was challenging. I found it very challenging to pick one winner. And I actually have some summary notes from the judges. So I'm going to read just very briefly what the overall impressions are. So one of the judges says, overall, very impressed with the amazing variety of applications and how creative they were. Wow. Another one said the quality of the pitches, the media they used, the messaging was very convincing. Very tough to pick a winner. Just so much to think about and evaluate. I mean, there was quite a diverse range of applications. So it wasn't, just one type, if you will. Every submission is a winner. So it doesn't matter if you get awarded number one. You just need to know that you all did an amazing job. And thank you to all the students for stepping up and really putting their creative minds together on this. You are amazing. So I will summarize my thoughts and say all the above, ditto. Every year when I'm part of this, and I'm so honored to be a judge on it, it's just so inspiring to see the submissions and all you NAIT students keep going, keep trekking, and let's let the entrepreneurial spirit live on. I'll pass it back to you, Jonah. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ashif. Very, very well said. Very well said. I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker and presenting sponsor, Craig Harder of Raptor Mining. Craig was born right here in Edmonton, Alberta, and founded and has always seen himself as an entrepreneur. He co-founded Raptor Mining in 2004 and has continually focused on disrupting the engineering, design, and manufacturing sectors within not only the mining industries, but also the construction. Craig spends a lot of time on the road working through a global base of what Raptor calls continuous improvement service centers, located throughout Ontario, Florida, Utah, the Netherlands, China, Chile, Peru, and Australia. At Raptor, they believe it is incredibly important to support their customers who dig the minerals, oil, and precious metals out of the ground with products, services, and technologies created right here in Edmonton. When not on the road, Craig enjoys spending time with his wife and two daughters here in Edmonton or out at his farm in Western Alberta. Please join me in welcoming Craig to speak on how innovation plays a huge role at Raptor Mining and how it's integrated into their culture. Welcome, Craig.
Great. Thank you, Jonah. Thank you, Cecile. Thank you, Ashley. And Ashif, and everyone that made today possible. This is fantastic. This is really exciting to be here. And that bio, even though it was written about 3 or 4 years ago, it's definitely true. I'm on the road today. I'm down south in America right now visiting with one of our facilities, and so it's I'm going to use that as an opportunity for a lot of the entrepreneurs to think outside of your area, think globally, think beyond your borders. There's a lot of you have had amazing ideas and fantastic videos and thoughts to share, and so it's something that it's difficult to think outside of your borders, but there's a whole world out there and a lot of opportunity. So I do have a presentation I'm going to share, and I'm going to grab that right now. Just 1 second, please. And let me know, Jonah, when you can see this. Does that work, Jonah? Okay, perfect. So firstly, thank you to outstanding entrepreneurs at today's Innovation Challenge. I'm just going to briefly go through a few slides. I don't want to bore you too much about what we do in engineering and manufacturing, but I'm going to get right into this right now. So this is Raptor. Raptor is made up of a bunch of awesome people, and that's kind of the highlight of what I wanted to talk about. It's your people that innovate. It's your people that create the culture. It's your people that make your business, and it's a big focus of ours at Raptor, and one of the reasons why we are where we are today. It's something that no matter what type of business you're in, no matter what market you're servicing, or products you're selling, it's your people that make it possible. So very important. This is Raptor. You know, fast forward, Raptor was started here in Edmonton, and fast forward about 20 years later, this is we are a global company working in almost every country in the world, our products, and these are facilities where we have locations. So it's something where I started the company right here in Edmonton, and this is where it started in my garage. So I think where a lot of companies start is right in the backyard or right in their garage. And this is West Edmonton in 2003. And so that was where I started the company, and had to ask my wife if she would park outside in those cold winters, which was all good. And just so we could get a business started. And so, you know, I just wanted to share this with you to show you that a lot of businesses start here, and they end up going who knows where, all over the world. And so it's very possible, and it can happen to any of you. How do entrepreneurs GSD? And I'll share this with everybody, but I'll go over this quickly. This is something that we created over 20 years of. It's a quick formula of, you know, how to get stuff done, how to make a successful change in a business. And so it starts with the formula or having fun, and that's where you set direction. And then with that, there's a dissatisfaction with the status quo, some sort of sense of urgency. You combine that with a model strategy, and this is where you create your strategy with your team. You combine that with a process or execution, and at that point, this is where you communicate that with your team. You combine that with luck and timing, and from all the people I've met over the years, great leaders give luck and timing a chance. It's a real thing. And at that point, that's where you must deliver results. So this is kind of a formula, and we can take a deeper dive into this if anybody wants to connect with me on this, and I'll share my information at the end. But this is kind of what we put together over the years, and adopted this from various formulas that we've seen over the years. Putting people first as you GSD is priority number one. That's our number one core value. Safety number two, quality number three, and velocity number four, or velocity Raptor as some people call it. So it's really your people that create your culture. They help you create your strategy and the overall business. So a huge core value of ours, and should be of everybody's. Just some examples of our people. Top left in Brazil, top right in Edmonton, to the right in Peru, and so on. And so really connecting with people is a big part of your business. So innovation, when we think about how do we innovate, we have an acronym: innovation, creativity, experimentation, and entrepreneurship, ICE. And so this is a big part of our focus, and we look at how do we continually do this in each of our silos. And any of this information, please steal it from this and use it in your own company. It's this is stuff that we'd be glad for you to use if you find value in it, and we'd be glad to talk further with you about it. We want to be the world's most innovative company, and because really, when it comes down to it, welding and mining and manufacturing and engineering, it's not a sexy business these days, right? And so it's one of those things where you have to continually strive to be the most innovative, and that's what we do. And yes, that is me wearing a Raptor mask. So as the Raptor mask says, he's our chief marketing officer. You know, remember to brand and market your innovations. That's a big part of what you have to do. You get really excited when you start a business and you get things going, but definitely think long term. Think about how you trademark and register, and from that create intellectual property. So definitely a very important part of the innovation journey. GSD is a big part of our culture, and that came internally from our people. That's getting shit done. That's what we do, GSD. So that is something that is a core value within our business, and resonates with our customers, our suppliers, and our people. We have GSD buttons, which I think a lot of you got last year. And if anybody needs one or missed the opportunity to grab one from last year, please reach out to Cecile, and Cecile can reach out to me. We also have yes buttons. You know, it's as Paul Weber says, you know, why say no when it's so easy to say yes? And actually, he doesn't say that. It's one of those things where a lot of us say yes, and then he has to help us figure it out. So it's one of those things, as you get into your business, that's really how you innovate. You say yes, you figure it out. It really is. It's something that that's what helps create that innovation, creates that IP, and takes you to the next level. And again, here's our people, a big core value of why we are where we are. Just quickly, I just want to leave you with 5 takeaways as you plan, embark, or continue on your entrepreneur journey. One of them is ask yourself, why you, why now? That's a big thing to ask as you get into your business. That will help you create your value proposition, your competitive advantage. And that's something somebody asked me. I know one of the co-founders of Bain Capital out of Boston, and in fact, I met with him a couple of weeks ago, and he's the guy that asked that. He asked that to everybody. He asked that to me. You know, why you, why now? And it really helps you create that value proposition. Think 10x. Another thing. Think about wherever you are in your entrepreneur journey. How do you 10 times the speed to market launch, or how do you 10 times the list of potential buyers, suppliers, partners? It forces you to think differently. Be all in with your people. That's a big focus because you only have so many hours in the day. So really focus on your people, and that just multiplies your whole business and everything that you do. Number 4, focus on creating, as we call it, MBAs: marketing, branding, advertising, and social media. You know, that's a big part of your business, is the marketing, branding, advertising, and social media. And all of those play a very important role in your success. And something we've done over the years, we focus internally first on our MBA. Great brands start internally, and that's a real thing. And then number 5, finally, what's your story? How do you, what is your story? How you got to where you are, and definitely share that. It's a book. This is one of my favorite books. In fact, after reading this, maybe, I think, Paul, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago, went out and we bought, you know, I think 50 copies and handed them out to a lot of people within the company, a lot of leadership. And it's a book that can help you manage those building years and growing years within, with practical real world meditation. And it's a fantastic book. And Chade-Meng Tan, he's from Google. It's a program he created internally at Google, and now runs their, he's their chief wellness officer. And thank you. So there is my QR code. Anybody wants to connect, that you can scan that, and that takes you directly to my LinkedIn profile, and we can connect. So thank you for your time today, and now it's your time to lean in and GSD. So thank you, everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you, John.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig. And I'd also like to say that I don't know how long you have tonight, but definitely, if anyone has any questions for Craig, I think I can speak for everyone. I say, just please throw them in the chat. I don't know if anyone has any burning questions now. We can definitely go through those, I think. Otherwise, I think he's going to stick around for our networking section later. And so awesome. I'm sure be more than happy. I listened to this presentation before, I think, but I still learned something again. So definitely appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us students, Craig.
Thank you.
And we're all getting a copy of the book. That's fantastic.
Everybody gets a copy of the book. So fantastic.
Awesome. All right. Well, I don't see any questions coming up super quick. So, and I'm pretty sure people are pretty apprehensive to see what's going on with the submissions. So maybe we'll jump to that. And again, please throw stuff in there for Craig or connect with him on LinkedIn, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, we will now screen the top videos, and they will be in a randomized order. So off to you, cameraman.
Mysterious pneumonia outbreak in Wuhan, China.
A new type of coronavirus.
The number of affected countries has tripled.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
On a quick trip for essentials? Good luck. Consider this coronavirus-fueled panic buying. Empty shelves, lineups that keep going and going. Not to mention a tight squeeze in that crowd, even as public health experts urge everyone to avoid contact.
And this as food shortages at grocery stores are being felt across the nation. Experts point to increased freight costs, supply chain issues, and labor shortages as the reasons leading to empty supermarket shelves.
Wow, those were some incredible videos that we saw there, some presentations. I got to say that the diversity and variation was incredible to see. The amount of time and dedication demonstrated in making these videos, as a former contender, I know how much it takes, is really amazing. So we're just going to take a little break away from looking at the entries, and we're going to hear from our friends at Edmonton Global. And so now I'd like to introduce Brianna Morris to speak briefly on Edmonton Global's behalf. Brianna?
Thanks, Jonah, and thank you, everybody. It's such an honor to participate as a judge and to represent Edmonton Global tonight. We're really excited to partner with you on this challenge, and thank you to Cecil for a great organization, and to everybody involved, and to Raptor Mining for sponsoring this. So thank you to all of you for submitting a video. Like Jonah said, I know it's a lot of work. I really enjoyed watching them. And I also want to give a shout out to my colleague Almis, who's here tonight as well, with me from Edmonton Global. So Edmonton Global is an economic development agency representing the Edmonton region. So our mandate essentially is to grow the economy by attracting foreign direct investment, which is often called FDI, and to help local businesses to expand internationally. So when companies around the world think about Canada, they'll often think of Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, maybe Calgary. So we're working hard to put Edmonton on the map and get Edmonton globally recognized. And we should be globally recognized. We have a lot to offer here. my role within Edmonton Global is to look at how we can be more globally competitive and increase our chances of convincing companies to come here, and different strategies for doing that. So I'm really excited to be actually co-hosting a new podcast, and we're using Row 55 Studio, and they're helping us with that. So if you're interested, it's called Economic Development Matters. And one method might be, tax credits or something. So you saw one in those videos about making Edmonton a film hub. We have the film and television tax credit in Alberta, which can help. But actually, one of the most important things for companies when they decide where to invest goes back to what Craig was saying, which is talent. They really look for, where do we have good talented people for our companies. And so we're very fortunate to have great post-secondaries in the region like Nate, helping prepare the workforce for tomorrow. And I feel confident seeing these videos and meeting students that the future is in good hands. And same with the video on the YEG Hub Connect. There is that skills mismatch sometimes, where people are very talented, but they're not necessarily they're not finding each other. So whatever we can do to help companies find the people with the right skills, I think is a great initiative. One other thing that I really love about working at Edmonton Global is finding out and discovering some of the great things that are already happening here. So Alberta might be, we might have a perception of being an oil and gas province. That's the perception both outside Alberta and within Alberta. And we are, but we're so much more than that too. Our economy is actually quite diversified. So there's careers here already in the life sciences, in food processing, developing materials, new materials, the film industry, gaming industry, transportation logistics, you name it. So I guess what I would kind of conclude with then is to think globally. From day one, you can make a global impact from right here in Edmonton. There's a lot out here, so just take a look. We have some exciting stories too of innovators in our region that you can find on our website. I'm happy to chat about those things, networking as well after this. And yeah, so thank you again for the opportunity. I really enjoyed watching the videos, and it's great to meet all of you, even though it's virtually. So thanks, Jonah.
Thanks, Brianna. And you bring up a great point about Edmonton being a lot more diversified than we think. It's definitely an exciting time to be a student and to be in the stages of going into a career. And thank you for working, you and everyone at Edmonton Global, working with the Modgy Center, to make this innovation challenge possible. Now, enough of me talking. We're going to go back and watch some more of those videos.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Kaminga.
My name is Mandy Panesar. We are the co-founders of Camsar Building Supplies Limited.
As of now, there are around 2,800 people without permanent housing in the city of Edmonton. Unemployment rates are high, the aggregate price of a single-family home is high, the cost of living has increased, and the average salary isn't enough to cover basic costs.
However, Alberta is becoming one of the best places to do business. As an economic leader, we're driving the amount of people looking to move to the city.
Building expansion in our city is a necessity to accommodate the growing demand. We need an option that will satisfy building regulations, long-term Edmontonians looking for affordable housing, create jobs, improve the economy, and ultimately be good for our planet.
Our solution? We're excited to introduce our concept called the Man in Plank. It is entirely made of recycled plastic and would be sold as a direct building replacement to wood. Plastic is heat resistant, water and insect repellent, cheaper than wood, and takes the trash out of the landfills.
While we would have some competition for plastic building products, our product will be the first certified habitable product, making it safe for home construction.
Reusing plastic is the solution for the future. While recycling programs include a multitude of plastics, it misses some key products including plastic caps, single-use packaging, and bags, which account for some of the greatest amounts of pollution in the world. Camsar would look to incorporate all types of plastics into our products.
By taking advantage of this unused plastic, as well as the already recycled plastic, Camsar could convert it into building materials, such as the Man in Plank, that would improve our economy and our environment. Our goal is to eliminate plastic going into landfills altogether.
Funding this project would require some external investors. There are Albertan companies such as Alberta Care that specifically work with recycling initiatives. Looking to real estate companies such as Cantiro would help considering the land requirements we would need to accomplish this project. We would also ask the City of Edmonton and Eco Centers for their support and cooperation.
In order to start this project, our first step would be to determine how much plastic we could acquire from Edmonton and to hire manufacturing engineers. As previously mentioned, plastic buildings and materials are possible, but not with the ability to be a direct wood replacement in housing. With the engineering support, we would develop a product unique to our city's housing needs.
Once the product has been finalized, we would take every step in making Camsar a viable business supporting our local economy and environment. We would use local plastic, local employees, local manufacturing and processing, truly unique and local to Edmonton.
In conclusion, we believe that using plastic as a building tool is the way of the future for us, Edmonton, and our planet.
Thank you for watching.
Awesome, and some other amazing videos and submissions for us this evening. And so, in the true spirit of mystery, the results from the judges have been tabulated and sealed, and they're with Craig right now. I just wanted to say a quick note that I know it's really nice. We're celebrating the people who are winning tonight, but realistically, regardless of the results, you really all should be very proud of what you've accomplished here today. As a former challenger myself, I definitely did not win in every time, and I think that it's incredibly inspiring. Doing something like this is going far above and beyond just going to class as a student. And you've taken a service in Alberta and used it to prove that there are no problems that our society can't solve, just challenges. And it's really exciting to see that. I even thought I saw something in there from Cherry Health, which is another one of our local startups here. They just did a large raise. So I just wanted to say again, you're the leaders of innovation, and I hope you recognize that. Maybe that sounds a little cheesy, but without further ado, I won't drag it out any longer. We'll send it back to Craig Harder, and I'll give you my best drum roll, and we'll get those results. Craig?
Awesome. Well said, Jonah. Fantastic. Yes. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Amazing videos. And I think I speak for everyone when I say awesome job, everybody. Like great entrepreneurial spirit here. I love it, and really excited to see where these all go. And so let me just grab the envelope. Thank you. Grab the envelope here and try to open it up. Let's see here. This is hot off the press. So for this year's Innovation Challenge presented by Raptor Mining, our second runner-up is KM Media. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see the video clip. Okay, let me just grab. And our runner-up is Team Espresso. Awesome.
We're excited to introduce our concept called the Man in Plane. It is entirely made of recycled plastic and would be sold as a direct building replacement for wood. Plastic is heat resistant, water and insect repellent, cheaper than wood, and takes the trash out of the landfills.
Just going to grab the next envelope here. And now, tonight's grand prize winner is Dark Red Media. I would like to call on David to speak on behalf of Team Select Start, and please share how your experience was being involved with the Innovation Challenge and how you developed your innovation. Congratulations. Hi, David.
Hi, Craig.
Congratulations. Excellent work.
Yeah, thank you. So excited. Do you want me to talk about?
Can you tell us how you developed your innovation? Please?
Sure. Yeah. So my team. We were originally a team of 3, but we had one of our group members drop off. We spent about the first 5 or 6 days coming together every day, talking for about an hour, brainstorming ideas. And at first we took it at a very high level, like the challenge question, it talks about, transforming the region or preparing the region. And so we looked at, the EMRB's growth plan for the future and stuff like that. And they mostly talk about transportation and housing and stuff like that. And so we were going down that angle, but we found that it was tough to find a solution that really met those goals, especially as entrepreneurs rather than as politicians. So we kind of broke it down a little bit, and we're like, well, let's just focus on something a bit smaller. So I think we had gotten to the Wednesday morning where we were meeting with our mentor Hubert, and we didn't really have anything that really struck us as that we wanted to move forward with. But I had just I think I went to the bathroom or something, and I went downstairs and I messaged them. I was like, what if we just build an esports arena? Like, it's been something that's been on my mind for years and years, because I sunk my 20s into all these different games, and I'd see these events online, and and they were so cool and so exciting. And I'd never had the chance to do anything like that here in Edmonton. So I guess it came from that. And as soon as I pitched it to my team, they got really excited, and all these ideas started flowing about, what other potential opportunities could something like this create. So, and then once we started talking about it, it was like, this is actually a really good idea of bringing global partners to Edmonton and giving exposure on the world stage. Like these esports events, they reach massive audiences, like bigger than the Super Bowl even. So, once we started talking about it, it just seemed like such a great idea, and it was such a good starting point for creating a pitch because of how passionate I was about it. So,
well, that's fantastic. Thank you for submitting, and congratulations. Congratulations to you and your team, David, to the runner-up, and to everybody in the competition. Awesome work, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So thank you for that, Craig, and again, congratulations to David and Nikki for that. So I wanted to say, so judges, as a thank you for sharing your time, I guess not only your time, but also your talent and your expertise. We purchased you a beautiful charcuterie board created by one of our student entrepreneurs. His name is Mike. I hope I'm saying this correctly, Meru. Mike is attending Nate's Millwork and Carpentry program, and he has a company that is called Meru Concept and Design. His commitment, your commitment to students is inspiring, and we're so grateful to be supported by people like you and all the judges. We appreciate that. And so now, as you can see, Dennis is with us here. I'd like to invite Dennis to share some closing remarks with us. Dennis?
You bet. Thanks. Hopefully, can you hear me? We had some technology challenges. Excellent. So yeah, just on behalf of all of NATE, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the judges, sponsors, and volunteers. The amount of effort that goes into supporting these sorts of events is enormous, and I just want to say thank you on behalf of us, but also to truly say what an impact it has on the student experience. And I think we've heard a lot about, yourself, Jonah, those experiences and how they change the way you think. Again, I want to start by acknowledging all those students who participated. There's no better lesson than stepping outside of your comfort zone. I think that's one of the things that very few of us really are challenged to do from time to time. And it's when you really stretch outside those comfort zones that you really are able to grow and encourage. I would encourage you to never stop growing, never stop learning, never stop pushing yourself. We've learned over the past 2 years that if nothing else, we need to be resilient, adaptable, and innovative in our approach to most aspects of our life. We also learned that what's important in life and what really is the things that we need to focus on going forward. And those are everything from family to, what are those critical key pieces of the economy that we need to focus on and make sure that they stay functioning. So I'm incredibly honored to thank the sponsors, because without your generous support, we really couldn't do this kind of work and create these sorts of experiences for our students. So thank you, Ashif. Thank you, Craig, for all that you continue to do. It's not, you've done so much over the years, and you continue to do that with a smile on your face. And I think, again, big, huge thank you. Thank you to Raptor Mining and Edmonton Global for your generous support. We're fortunate at NATE to have you as leaders and advocates, enhancing our students' personal and professional growth. So with that, I'll say have a great evening and congrats again.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis. Based on what I've heard today and what I've seen, it's really inspiring. I just wanted to just do a quick shameless plug for all those who are interested in getting involved in the community here in Edmonton. I met my founder at something called Startup TNT. It's not affiliated with NATE. NATE has some great resources, but if you're looking to get involved with the startup community, I'd highly recommend you check that out. We meet every single week. It's super informal. But without further ado, we have some networking for you tonight. So please feel free to move around the room freely and meet with our judges, our VIPs, and our fellow students. So congratulations to everyone once again.